And we just keep rolling. We just keep rolling. Here at the App Stupid Studios, app like you got some sense. Smash the like and subscribe button. Gonna switch lanes and talk about some NFL football. We just left the NBA and the whole Ryan Rollins situation. So yeah, not gonna go ahead and recap that one. But this one is dealing with Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys, and Mike McCarthy. And after Mike McCarthy was given the green light to come back in the 2024 season on Wednesday by Jerry Jones, Mike McCarthy had told the fans that y'all should buy into us. And he's very confident in the direction that the team is heading. Now, for those of you all who don't know, Dallas had an embarrassing loss to Green Bay in Dallas at the beginning of the playoffs. And it couldn't have went any worse for Dak Prescott under center, throwing 2 picks. But I think people don't understand. In that same game, that guy had 4 touchdowns and 400 yards of offense through the air. And I'll tell you why that's problematic when we come back from a quick break from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern here in the App Stupid Studio. Yes, White Castles. Get your crave case on at White Castles. Also, try the sliders, try the chicken rings. Order online or visit the good folks down at your local White Castles or download the app. White Castles. You crave it. All right. So, when we left, we were talking about Mike McCarthy after Jerry Jones said he was coming back. We also covered Dak Prescott's stat line in that game. And this is problematic, at least for me, because you are who you are in sports. And it led me to ask this question. Is it time for a new coach in Dallas? Guess who doesn't think so? Also, is he wrong? The answer is undeniably, I have no clue. And it is worth a discussion. And when I got to looking at some things, because in that game, Dak Prescott was forcing the ball to one receiver and CeeDee Lamb, and Green Bay had triple coverage around that guy the entire game. And when I look at Mike McCarthy, and it was so reminiscent of Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson, where Jordy Nelson had the most ungodly stat line because Aaron Rodgers just kept throwing it to him. And them two combined was a crazy season. But they didn't win anything. And so history repeats itself. Now, this was also covered in The Athletic by Larry Holder, John Machota, and Saeed Youssef. So if you don't have an Athletic subscription, you might want to sign up for one today on the Athletic website. Independent sports journalism. Can't beat it. Now, McCarthy is returning following the Cowboys' 48-32 loss to the Green Bay Packers. And the wild card, now we covered that. They lost to a 7 seed. Now, the crazy part about that loss, not only was it embarrassing, but Dallas was riding a 16-game win streak in AT&T Stadium. So if you were one of these people that was going to go on a lure, you knew Dallas, you just had it in the back of your mind, was going to win this game because they won 16 home games in a row. But it didn't turn out like that. McCarthy says, I believe in the team is very close and capable of achieving our ultimate goal. And the best step forward for us, that wasn't Mike McCarthy. I apologize. That was Jerry Jones. Is in the best step for us will be Mike McCarthy as our head coach. There's a great benefit to continuing the team's progress under Mike's leadership as our head coach. Specifically, there are many layers to success, and they have occurred this season as a result of Mike's approach to leading the team, both with individual players and with our team collectively. I guess. And for all of that Dan Quinn defense, they got shredded. They got shredded by Jordan Love, a kid who I said he's having a phenomenal year. And we covered that on the podcast as well. And I was like, look what Aaron Rodgers left this man. And he's on the verge of making the playoffs. We gave out his stat line and everything. We was telling people that this is probably Matt LaFleur's best year of coaching. No superstars, no household names. He was 8-8, and all he had to do was beat the Chicago Bears to get into the playoffs. Now they're moving on to a second divisional round. They got to go out to San Francisco. That's not going to be pleasant. And we'll talk about a couple other things in Big D when we come back from a quick word from an unofficial sponsor of the show. Yes, Roast the Host. Roast the Host is going to take place May the 10th of this year. It's our first live segment at Roast the Host. When Roast the Host will be our live show where we have 2-minute put downs. There's no racism. You can call on to the show and give me my comeuppance and your qualifications to get on the live broadcast and just rip me to shreds. You have to have a real profile, a picture. You have to also be subscribed to the show. You can say your name and state, and then you got 2 minutes to make the world laugh at me. Roast the Host, gonna be fun. May the 10th. Yeah, my wife and kid, off limits. My mom, fair game. My dad, off limits. Again, off limits, wife and kid, and dad. My mom, fair game. I'm fair game. Have at it. Have at it. Go at it. Roast the Host, gonna be real fun. Okay, so Jerry Jones, he says, our loss, well, this was back then, our loss on Sunday was shared by everyone here, and not just McCarthy. Our players, our coaches, our front office, myself. There is accountability for our results. I am accountable for our results. I don't understand what Jerry Jones is talking about. He may be at the age where Jerry is just mumbling these days. Because if he's saying that the results on the field are his fault, well, okay. The players, I don't think the players, I mean, they went out there with a game plan. They wanted to win. Some of those balls were just thrown in bad situations and bad spots. The lens we use to view and evaluate Coach Mike McCarthy is holistic. What? Come on. Again, you all see why I say Jerry is getting to the age where he's just mumbling. While we're all disappointed with the results on Sunday and with our playoff record, I'm 100% supportive of him as our head coach and ability to reach our goals. No, he's not. And that's a word salad for he's on borrowed time. You can only do the accountability thing one time in a tenure of head coaches. And Mike's had some successful years, but he has only netted one playoff win. And I don't think the people of Dallas, the good people of Dallas, they want to keep reliving this nightmare where you have great regular seasons and then you kind of implode in the playoffs. Nobody wants that. Knock it off, Jerry. Knock it off. And Jerry Jones, be careful what you wish for, because if you have a coach with a winning track record, you have been known to blow it up. You did the same thing with Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson, he didn't take you serious. He was a football guy. He wanted you out of his business, and he turned the Dallas Cowboys around. You couldn't share the spotlight with somebody, and so you got rid of him. You brung in Barry Switzer, and it wasn't the same, but Jimmy's pieces was already there, and he won a chip, but he did it with Jimmy's players. And after Jimmy's players had cycled out of the league, Dallas has been in a sea of irrelevance ever since. And again, you have to look through, like I said, you have to read the tea leaves. He went, all of our goals, it's his shit, it's not him, it's us, and we can't leave you, and blah, 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 blah. And we'll get into that, why it's a word salad, when we take a quick break from the unofficial sponsor of the show. Yes, Taco Bell, Live Moss. Try the $5 cravings box, or the cheesy burritos, the gorditas. Even you have those, what does Taco Bell have? Those pizzas. Yeah, the Mexican pizzas. Taco Bell, Live Moss. Download the app or visit your local folks at the Taco Bell. Order online. Taco Bell, Live Moss. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up about why that was a word salad for Jerry Jones, taking accountability for a loss to the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs after riding a 16-game winning streak at home in AT&T Stadium. Now, the reason that was a word salad, Mike McCarthy, he's in the final year of his contract. And for 3 straight seasons, he's gotten the Cowboys to 12-5. But losing the divisional round in 2022 and the wild card in 2021. So again, you're in the final year of your contract. Jerry's going to go ahead and give you a stay of execution, if you will. But this is the end. This is the end of the road. So next year, It's either NFC championship game or bust for Mike McCarthy. Getting a good record, that's not all it's cracked up to be. They want more. And it's impressive to win 12 and 5 and have these great seasons, getting into the playoffs with winning records, but it's not enough. The Eagles took the division. The Eagles went to the NFC championship game, and they keep hiring guys nobody knows about. Now, credit to them and their organization for finding good people. But Jerry's got to be walking around, looking around like 1993 was a long time ago. The 90s was a long time ago, buddy. I know. I was in high school then. Early 90s, not late 90s. Early 90s. It was a long time ago. And those Super Bowl trophies are collecting more and more dirt and dust. I mean, the names on those things. Some of them still with us, some of them ain't. But everybody in Big D, let me know what you think. This is Big Vern, and we just keep rolling on and rolling on.